Hey folks, Gary here. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're having a really, really good day. Throughout this week, we've been looking at who will you listen to? Are you going to listen to the world? Are you going to listen to your neighbor? Are you going to listen to yourself? Or are you going to listen to God, especially when it comes to your relationship with God and who you are? Well, always pick Jesus because he'll never lead you astray. Listen to what he says, listen to what scripture says. And today I want to talk about your identity. Who are you, right? Who's your father? Who's your family? Who are you? Now we all have earthly families. I got a mom and I got a dad, and a lot of us do. And sometimes we have a variety of moms and dads just because the way that our world is today, a lot of blended families. And so, who are we, right? Well, God says that we are adopted, that we have been adopted by our Father in heaven to be in his family. And that is amazing. Let me just read a passage of scripture for you. It's John chapter 1, verses 12 and 13. It says this: But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. In other words, he adopted you. They are reborn, not with a physical birth resulting from human passion or plan, but by birth that comes from God. And there's a spiritual rebirth that takes place. That's what it means when it says you're born again. Spiritually, you're born again into the family of God, and he adopts you. That is just so important because that's where you get identity. We have a daughter who is incredibly lovely, and we love her so much, and she's an adult and she's living someplace else now, but we see her often, and man, we love her to death. And we also have a teenage son, and we love him to death too, and of course he's here with us, so we see him all the time, and we just love that guy a lot. Now here's the thing: one of them is adopted, and you might not be able to pick out which one it is if we were someplace. Well, other than the nose, that kind of gives it away. But you might not be able to pick out who it is. But our son is adopted, and he is loved as if he was born to us. No difference. And why did we adopt? Because we felt a strong, strong conviction from God to add to our family and to give someone identity so they could belong, be in a family and belong and have an identity. And you have an identity. I don't know what your home life was like. I don't know what your parents were like. I think I'm pretty fortunate. I had a really fortunate upbringing in a lot of ways, but I had a very distant father because my parents were divorced, and actually he really didn't want anything to do with us. And I can grab that as my identity of not being wanted and not having someone care about me, all that kind of stuff. I could hold on to that. And in some ways, I've had to deal with those kind of things. Our Father in heaven is not like that. And so he has adopted you, and he has given you an identity as his son or as his daughter. Live in that identity. That's who you are. You are a son or daughter of the Most High God. That's pretty cool. And God just doesn't do that flippantly. When he says he loves you, he loves you. When he says you're his son and daughter, you're his son and daughter. And you know how you care for your kids? That's how he cares for you. And he wants the best for you. So walk in the identity that you are loved. You are a son and daughter of the Most High God. And go have a fantastic Friday.